A quick reminder here before we get started. This is not a how-to video. This is a how I fix my mower. The only way I know. I'm not an expert in this field, and I'm not a mechanic or a technician. And with that being said, if there are any experts or technicians or mechanics, and you know of a better way, safer way, or more efficient way to fix this issue, by all means, put it down in the comments. It might help somebody else out. Also, if you haven't done so already, this is technically part 3 of this saga, if you will. Watch this video here. I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. First, that's the one I explained as to how the wheel fell off of the mower, and then you can go and skim through this other video. I go into more details as to how difficult it had been to find a replacement set of wheel stud for this mower. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, this is gonna be part 3, the last chapter of this issue. Onto the video. Do you guys remember this piece of metal? This tiny little piece of metal? It parked my zero-turn mower for a month last year. I went to my local Husqvarna dealer, which they're very helpful, but they could not find me a replacement for these. I went to auto parts stores, local tire shops. I went online, ordered parts online, and I went to all kinds of different forums, and nobody had an answer as to how to get these little things replaced. Until now, I think I'm gonna have an answer. Just keep in mind, I'm not an expert at anything. Now, yesterday, during my lunch break at work, I went to an auto parts store, one that I had visited last year, and I thought I had found one close enough, and now this year I decided I am tired of using those washers as spacers, because they have been working just fine, but I want a permanent fix. Every time I'm riding the mower, it's like I'm always concerned. So, like I said, if it works, I'm gonna go ahead and replace them here in just a minute. If it works, I'll provide you with the auto parts name, the part number, and best yet, if you don't have this auto parts store nearby, you can order it online through their website, or better yet, through Amazon. Now, for the price of 4 from the auto parts store, you can get a 10-pack through Amazon. And also, if you receive them, and for whatever reason you're like, this is not gonna work on my mower because we don't have the exact mower. Now, through research, I found these go into different brands of mowers, but if for whatever reason you get them and you're like, that's not gonna fit, so it's Amazon, so it's very easy to return. So the wheel's already off, and yesterday I was so antsy when I got home from work, to see if they would fit, that although we were in a drought for quite some time, yesterday we got quite a bit of rain. So during a little break in the rain, I had to find out if these were gonna fit, the new ones. So I jacked up the mower, took the wheel out, and I put one of the new ones in the wheel hub, which here in a moment I'm gonna swap the camera, and lo and behold, it fits, and it looks like it's gonna hold. So I'm gonna bring the camera and get you close and swap the remaining 3, and fingers crossed. Okay, so what am I using for this job? To remove the wheel studs, I use a 3-pound mallet. I'm guessing you could use a framing hammer, but I would be concerned with the framing hammer because it's much lighter weight. You will have to strike the wheel studs much harder. With a 3-pound, you're not striking it as hard. So I'm using this tool. I will put in the description below and all that. This is the old wheel stud, and this is the new one. And I know you're gonna be like, well, that head is a little bit smaller. Well, rest assured, the way it fits back here on my wheel hub, it's not going to go anywhere. So the main thing was for the splines to be about the same girth, for the lack of a better term, and it's very snug in there. So, and I'm not gonna do every single one, but I will show you how I just tapped on them. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some experts out there, you know, tell me how I could be damaging the wheel hub, and they could be 100% correct, but I'm not a mechanic. This is the only way I know how to do it. So, like I said, and it's already popping out, and there it goes. So, like I said, I'm gonna stop the camera and then I'll come back. Okay, so the remaining 3 wheel studs are off. So the way this tool works is you put your wheel stud back there. If you look at this tool, it's kind of bevel underneath. This part that spins goes against the hub, like so. And then you put your lug nut on it. And as you're tightening the lug nut, it's gonna be pulling. It's gonna be pulling the wheel stud in. I'm using a regular ratchet, and just in case I need to put more pressure, I got a breaker bar. I'm going to swap it's a 1/2 inch breaker bar with a 3/8 attachment. And that on the back of it, that head, it looks flushed. So I'll just take that lug nut off. And then we'll do the same thing to the other 3. To the other 2. Go ahead and put the wheel in it and take it for a spin. Now, this project did not take me that long. If you're wondering, man, it was pretty bright when he started, and now it's awfully dark. It was actually past 7 o'clock Central Time in the United States, and between now it's probably closer to 8. So, like I said, even with me stopping the camera and changing the tripod and changing the angles, the whole project did not take that long. Taking the wheel studs in my mower, in my hub, with that 3-pound mallet, just a few taps, go nice and gently and slowly, they'll come off. Now, be careful. Like I said, you could actually break something in the hub. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a mechanic. But to me, it is the only way that I know on how to take those off. Now, if there's an expert out there that knows a more gentler way or safer way to take those off, by all means, let me know in the comments or send me a message, just in case I ever have to. Hopefully I won't have to do it again, but just in case in the future I have to do it again. I will put a photo of the part of the auto parts store, which is O'Reilly here in the United States. Like I said, you can go to the website. I will put the, I'm not sure where I'm within the frame because I'm trying to hurry up. I will put the receipt with the part number. I will put the link to their website, to their product. I'm also going to put a link to the Amazon store with the part number. Like I say, you can get almost about 4 for the price of 10 on Amazon. And I think with Amazon, as long as you don't install them, I think, don't quote me on that, but I think that if you just look at them and they're not going to be a complete match, you should be able to return them. Always check your the little section where it says policy on the returns for that item or whatever it says on the Amazon website. So I did about 20 minutes. I usually don't mow by the pond, but I do have a lot of uneven terrain. Like my farm pasture, it is flat and then it goes into a hill. And then my driveway area, it's a fairly large area that I also mow. It is a hill going down towards the road, and then it's a hill going back up. So I did not have enough time because I'm recording, and also I'm running out daylight. Hopefully I'm still seen on the frame. Once I did about 20 minutes, here, like I said, I was doing about 20 minutes on putting a lot of torque on the angles. I checked it again, checked the lug nuts again, and they were still fairly tight. I do not have a torque wrench, so I'm not sure how many foot-pound pressure they're tied. So, like I said, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't have those kind of fancy tools. So take that with my advice with a grain of salt. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, either like some of you have actually sent me messages on my email, which is linked down at the bottom or in the channel. Also on the comments. Also, we have a Facebook account for it's under the same kind of name, Picante Things, and there it's going to go the photos and maybe small videos that do not make it to the YouTube channel. That's where they're going to go. So you could also send me a message through Facebook. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here. Hopefully this segment is not a waste of time because of the lack of daylight, and I am ready to go shower and get me something to eat. And hopefully this is it. This is the 3-part saga. If you have not watched the other videos, I will also link them through this video. And hopefully we can start talking about different things on this more, which I'm actually enjoying the whole process of learning new things. All right, guys, until the next one.